Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Making headlines this morning, Governor Greg Abbott and former President Donald Trump getting ready to tour part of the U.S.-Mexico border later today.
And about a dozen deaths in Washington and Oregon may now be tied to an intense heat wave that has brought scorching temperatures to the Pacific Northwest.
And outside with live cam, got hit with a little shower on the way to work this morning, so there's still some rain around town. Justin Horn's got your forecast coming up. And good morning. It is Wednesday, June 30th.
Thanks for waking up with us. If you're just tuning in, I love this weather, especially when I'm in my house and trying to go to sleep. That's the perfect time for this.
So the rain showers are good sleeping showers. Like that.
Napping weather, as we like to say.
Yeah. Good stuff.
We'll get some more today, and then things quiet down a little bit before it picks back up over the weekend. An important forecast this weekend, of course, we got a lot going on. 4th of July looks like it could be a little bit wet. So let's jump into the headlines here. More scattered downpours today. It'll be hit or miss stuff. We got some good rain yesterday. It was fairly widespread, and that's what we like to see. Thursday, Friday, drier and hotter, as I mentioned, and by the weekend, the scattered rain returns. More downpours, more chances for a few storms. Here's the radar right now. It's quieter than it was yesterday at this time. We do notice a few showers along the coast. There could be a shower or two around the area, but nothing that jumps off the page at the moment. And temperatures are in the mid-70s, 76 at low to 76 at the airport, mostly cloudy skies. And the forecast today does call for about a 40% chance of rain. Small window for that this afternoon. But I think through the lunch hour, we're talking 20 to 30% with mostly cloudy skies. And temperatures today should be right around 90 degrees. We're going to take a closer inspection of that 4th of July forecast. Plus, the tropics really starting to heat up again. We'll have the latest here in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Today, Governor Greg Abbott and former President Donald Trump will tour an unfinished border barrier.
Jonathan Cotto is in the Rio Grande Valley with the story.
I'm located in Hidalgo County, which is actually one of several counties that's opted out of Governor Abbott's disaster declaration. In fact, all 4 counties in the valley have officially steered away from calling this a disaster.
Abbott says the disaster declaration provides more resources and strategies to combat what he says is an ongoing influx of undocumented immigrants. That declaration, initially introduced in late May, consisted of 34 counties along the border region. The latest version only includes 28. The amendment now includes the counties that want to partner with the state's efforts on border security, including arresting and detaining people for crimes related to the border crisis. Wednesday, Governor Abbott and former President Donald Trump are set to visit the Rio Grande Valley despite what officials there decided.
I think Governor Abbott will be as successful as county leaders allow him to be. All the county leaders in the RGV have checked the facts, and I think they looked within themselves and they said there is no border crisis.
In a statement, Hidalgo County Judge Richard Cortez says Governor Abbott apparently has information they don't. He adds, in speaking to local law enforcement, they have not reported levels of criminal activity that would require a disaster declaration. In Zavala County, another county that opted out of Abbott's plan, the sheriff's office is petitioning its residents to ask the county judge to declare their sector a disaster so they can be eligible to receive funds. La Unión del Pueblo Entero putting into question some of the counties like Midland deciding to opt in Abbott's plan.
I was surprised to see that county, being part of a border disaster declaration. But that, as well as the governor partnering with Trump, when Trump is directly responsible for so much of what we're seeing at the border, that people don't have a safe or fair way to enter the country.
Governor Abbott continues his effort so Texas can build its own border wall, providing $250 million in state funds as a down payment. The state has received more than $450,000 in private donations, but the total cost of the project remains unclear.
And it's exactly the unfinished areas of the wall, like you see behind me, that both Trump and Abbott will be touring tomorrow with other state officials and law enforcement later today. We'll be following that visit closely and bringing you the latest. For GMSA, I'm Jonathan Cotto.
Now to the extreme heat, which kills more people than any other kind of extreme weather. And that's proving true in the Pacific Northwest, from the farms to the big cities.
Meanwhile, the Northeast is also sweltering. At least 3 firefighters needed medical attention after a massive fire near Boston. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
This morning, the extreme heat gripping much of the country, now turning deadly. At least 2 deaths near Seattle are blamed on the record high temperatures. In Oregon, authorities say the heat may have claimed the life of a farm worker near Portland. The state's workplace safety agency is investigating, and Oregon's farm workers union is demanding the state take action now to prevent further heat-related deaths.
We really feel like no worker should have to choose between their health and a paycheck.
North of the border in British Columbia, about 100 deaths are being linked to the heat wave. Emergency responders in Vancouver are stretched thin, with some people waiting hours for an ambulance.
Up to 2 hours for high-level priority calls. People are waiting, over an hour on a regular basis right now, and I've heard up to 12, 15 hours for non-emergency calls.
Spokane, Washington hit 109 degrees Tuesday, the highest temperature ever recorded in that city. Residents there dealing with rolling blackouts for a second day as demand for electricity spikes.
It feels like Armageddon. It really does.
In the Northeast, it's the second heat wave this month. Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and Boston all declaring emergencies. And temperatures in New York City will approach triple digits today. Back in the Pacific Northwest, people are finding relief however they can. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Search efforts continue at the site of that collapsed Florida condominium complex where at least a dozen people died and 149 remain missing amid fading hopes of finding anyone else alive. Investigators have not yet determined what caused a major section of the 40-year-old Chaplain Towers South condo to give way abruptly. Meanwhile, a new report shows that weeks before a Florida condo building collapsed, the president of its board wrote that the structural problems identified in a 28 inspection had gotten significantly worse.
The International Red Cross and Red Crescent warns Indonesia is on the brink of a COVID catastrophe. A surge in new cases has been dominated by the Delta variant first identified in India. Indonesia has been reporting record case numbers in recent days, with the number of new infections reaching 20,000. Hospitals are now being forced to turn patients away, with reports some have died waiting to be admitted at a hospital in the capital, Jakarta, where isolation beds are 93% occupied.
Fireworks may be more expensive and harder to find this Independence Day weekend. Many of them come to the U.S. from China. The executive president of Phantom Fireworks says the supply chain has yet to rebound from the pandemic. The industry is struggling with fewer shipments and more expensive containers, and that's resulting in empty shelves.
And time now, 4:37, 75 degrees outside.
And coming up, a big game for the Atlanta Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals last night, plus an important update to San Antonio Missions baseball this week. That coming up in morning sports next.
And a look outside with live cam, 75 degrees. Again, we're waking up in the 70s, but more rain could be headed your way. Justin tracking all of that.
We found out the reason why San Antonio Spurs assistant coach Becky Hammond did not get the job in Portland due to intel the team received from the Alamo City and other sources questioning her day-to-day coaching responsibilities. Now, all that's according to the Bleacher Report. Instead, the job went to former Detroit Piston and Clipper assistant coach Chauncey Billups in a 5-year contract. There are 3 vacancies left, including Orlando, that Hammond interviewed for, but Portland was believed to be her best shot this season. Hawks All-Star guard Trae Young out for last night's game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Bucks. Had a bone spur in his right foot after stepping on a ref's foot Sunday night. Hawks playing inspired ball early. Lou Williams gives Atlanta a 10-point lead, knocks down that 3. Bucks kick it back. Bobby Portis Jr. shoots a 3, 14-4 run. Hawks lead is down to 3 after 1. Hawks turn up the defense. Cam Reddish gets the steal. Clint Capella scoops to lobs to Reddish. There's a big slam. 11-point lead. Final minute of the quarter. Capella in the lane finishes with the bank shot. 51-38 is the lead at the break. The injury bug bites the Bucks in the third. Hawks take advantage of the short-handed Bucks. Bogdan Bogdanovic hits not 1, not 2, but 3 threes. Hawks go on a 50-0 run to lead by 23, and then by 25 going into the fourth quarter, just a formality. Lou Williams led the Hawks to 21, right behind him, 20 for Bogdanovic. Atlanta had 6 players in double figures, so here is your final. Hawks win it 110-88. The series now tied at 2 games apiece. Hey, last night's game between the San Antonio Missions and Corpus Christi Hooks had to be canceled due to weather. The 2 teams will now play a doubleheader tomorrow. Game 1 starts at 6:05. Game 2 will start following a brief intermission period after Game 1. It's going to open at 5:30. Both games will be just 7 innings long. Remember, they changed all that in the offseason. Fans who bought tickets for last night's game can redeem their tickets for a remaining Missions home game this season, except for the game on July 4th.
Time now, 4:42, 75 degrees.
If you find yourself tossing and turning tonight, comfort might just be a pillow away. Find out how an adjustable pillow might be the best thing for a good night's rest. Coming up next.
Welcome back. Actress Alison Mack will be sentenced today in a sex cult case 2 years after pleading guilty to racketeering charges. ABC's Kaylee Hartung has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, sentencing day.
I can explain later. I did what I had to do.
Smallville actress Alison Mack set to face justice for her role in the so-called sex cult NXIVM.
Alison, any comment? Anything you want to say today?
The 38-year-old arrested in 2018, pleading guilty for her role in a racketeering conspiracy that recruited women as slaves and subjected them to sexual exploitation. Mack believed to be one of NXIVM founder Keith Raniere's confidants.
My name's Amanda.
In a twist, it would be another TV actress, Dynasty star Catherine Oxenberg, who played an important role in bringing attention to Mack and Raniere's crimes. Her daughter, India, survived life inside NXIVM. And coming up at 7 a.m., both Catherine and India Oxenberg are speaking out in an ABC News exclusive. With your GMA First Look, I'm Kaylee Hartung, ABC News, Los Angeles.
You're just waking up this morning and looking at your pillow. If you're picky about your pillow, the key to comfort may just be the newest trend adjustable pillows.
12 on your sites. Marilyn Moritz checks out a few that could just lead to a good, restful night's sleep.
If you're tossing and turning, the culprit could be your pillow.
With a pillow, you don't want your head to tilt too far forward or too far back. Sometimes you may need more than what a standard pillow can provide.
Enter adjustable pillows. They're packed with filling made from different materials and inserts that you can adjust to make it just right. Consumer Reports took an inside look at 3. The $90 avocado green is filled with shredded pieces of organic latex foam and fibers from a kapok tree. You just unzip and add or remove stuffing. This $60 premium adjustable loft pillow from Coop Home Goods is filled with shredded memory foam and microfiber. And the Sleep Number Comfort Fit has 3 separate inserts made from memory foam and down alternative fibers. You can add or remove the inserts, but you can't break them down any further than that. It's $130. Consumer Reports tested each pillow to see how well it holds up and supports various people.
We use a pressure mat and analyze roughly 1,600 pressure points and focus on the contact area between the head and the pillow. We know if the pressure is too high, you're likely to experience some discomfort when you sleep, and you'll be shifting around a lot more.
They found all 3 offer excellent support for both back and side sleepers. Want to try one out? Both the Coop and the avocado will give you a free 100-day trial. The Sleep Number doesn't offer returns, but will give you one exchange. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
$130 for a pillow?
It's an investment.
I guess so. What happened to the old days when you used to just take the saddle off the horse, lay it on the ground, lay your head back in the saddle and hat over your face and get a good night's sleep, get up ready to go next day fixing fences? What happened?
Good old days, David.
What happened to that?
I don't know. It's been a while. That would be.
Now we got to have soft, comfy pillows that we can adjust.
He says that now, but if he buys it and then he tries it.
You know that I'm cheap, right?
Yeah, I do.
I actually bought a nice pillow. It does make a difference.
How much did you pay for that pillow?
I think it was like $50.
You paid $50 for a pillow?
I'm telling you, it does make a difference.
Man, I'm glad it's comfortable for you.
Anyway, we had some rain yesterday. This was the encouraging side. It was widespread around the area. We got good numbers just about anywhere you go. New Braunfels, Seguin, Forestville, Gonzales, Kennedy, Poteet, Pearsall, Hondo, Uvalde, Kerrville, Bernie. You get the idea here. The airport, about half an inch. Stinson picked up over an inch. Great to see. Cooled us down, too. We didn't get out of the 80s yesterday. Right now, we've got 76 and cloudy skies. Easterly winds at 8 miles per hour in the 70s. This is where we've been each and every morning. Mid-70s, and then we'll make it to close to 90 this afternoon with mostly cloudy skies. Here's the setup right now. What you'll notice is the radar is not as active as it was yesterday. If you remember, we had showers coming through. That's not the case this morning. Most of that is out into Mexico. And one of the reasons for that low that we've been tracking, starting to move west. It's still close enough to where I think we get some scattered afternoon showers. But after today, high pressure builds in, and we're going to get a couple dry days, I think. Here's what the forecast looks like. Shows that scattering of showers around 4 o'clock. And then by tomorrow night, or tonight, I should say, things begin to die down. And then on your Thursday, notice it just doesn't show much other than a couple of stray showers. We'll keep in a 10% chance on Thursday, but really I think it's going to be significantly drier. Beyond that, I mentioned high pressure builds in. Thursday, Friday, this thing's in control. Doesn't give us much rain. But in a weird move, this thing shifts back to the west and opens the door yet again. This thing just doesn't want to stay over top of us. And as I've been saying, this is really a good thing. Opens the door Saturday into Sunday for some more showers and storms. If you have plans this weekend, don't cancel them. It's not going to rain all weekend. It's going to be that pop-up scattered afternoon stuff. So you can still fit stuff in. Just have the radar on your phone, be looking at it, have an umbrella with you just in case. 4th of July weekend preview. 40% chance Saturday, 40% chance Sunday. Notice temperatures are right around 90, so pretty similar to setup to what we've seen last couple of days. We got to talk about the tropics because they are starting to heat up, and we go out into the Atlantic. And we've got 2 systems that we're watching. One here we're not too concerned about. It's nearing the islands, and it looks pretty ragged. But there's one behind it that the Hurricane Center has now flagged, giving it a good chance of developing. We put the spaghetti plots on it here, giving us a general idea of where it will move. Takes it towards the islands, towards Cuba, eventually down the line. We've got several days to watch it, but the Hurricane Center is giving us a 70% chance of development. Beyond that, it's still in question. Always want to watch these things as they move into the Caribbean, but starting to heat up there for sure. Extended forecast. We're going to go 40% chance of rain, mainly just a window in the afternoon today, and then 10% Thursday, Friday. Saturday, 40% chance. Sunday, 40% chance. And guess what? Next week, 40% chance of rain, Monday, Tuesday. We end June on a wet note. It looks like we'll go into July on a wet note. Guys.
Like a pattern there.
It's a good pattern for us, and as long as we can get rain in June and July here, sets us up nicely.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, the key to this half hour, though, is the fact that you did once again admit on TV that you're cheap.
Well,
I'll take it.
Trying to be honest with myself, that's all.
Don't listen to him, Justin.
What he is, he's what you call a miser.
Oh, no, that's not a term.
Cheap. He is. 452, 75 degrees.
Up next, Marvel's latest film featuring Black Widow is finally set to hit theaters after being delayed for months.
All right, some pick 3 numbers. Maybe you should play the lotto. Well, you won't buy a lotto ticket because you're cheap. Pick 3, 6, 9, 6. Fireball is 3, and the daily 4 is 5, 8, 1, 2. Fireball is 8.
I hope you win, Justin. Cash 5 at 4, 14, 20, 26, 33. And your Mega Millions 7, 38, 50, 52, 69, 21, and 3.
And welcome back, 456. Marvel's newest film is set to hit the theaters pretty soon. Plus, it's been 50 years since Willy Wonka opened his chocolate factory.
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
Some lucky London fans got a sneak preview of Black Widow Tuesday night, and among the crowd was one of the stars of the Marvel film, Florence Pugh, who says she and co-star Scarlett Johansson got really close on the first day of filming.
Our day one was me throwing her against a cabinet, and we both had our hands in each other's armpits, and it was in that moment that I was like, oh my God, I have a sweaty armpit and Scarlett Johansson is touching me.
Black Widow hits theaters and streaming on Disney Plus July 9th. It's our first look at the Sopranos prequel movie, The Many Saints of Newark, in which Michael Gandolfini takes over the role that made his dad James famous. In the trailer, we see Michael playing a teenage Tony Soprano, deciding between college and a life in the mafia. The Many Saints of Newark will be in theaters and on HBO Max October 1st.
Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination.
50 years ago today, we learned about the wonderful weirdness that is the film Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It opened June 30th, 1971, to mixed reviews and so-so box office. It wasn't until years later, when it played on TV and was available for rental, that it became a cult classic.
Good day, sir!
And happy birthday today to Monica Potter, the Parenthood star turning 50. while actor and comedian David Allen Greer is 65. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The Oompa Loompas.
Now I want to watch Willy Wonka.
There was something about that. It was kind of creepy.
It's creepy but cute. Creepy and cute.
A cute creepy. 457, 75 degrees.
Still ahead on GMSA, search and rescue efforts continue at the site of that collapsed Florida condominium complex, where at least a dozen people died and 149 more remain missing.
Plus, Amazon's latest Alexa app is teaching kids how to read. We'll tell you how it works coming up in Tech Bite.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, crews in Northern California have their hands full with a massive wildfire that continues to spread. We'll have the latest.
And outside with Trans Guide is a look at I-10 at Loop 1604. See some flashing lights. Stephen Cavazos has just walked in, ready to tell you what all that's about. Coming up in just a few minutes. We'll be back.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
2 separate shootings overnight, and this morning, investigators working to figure out what exactly happened and who pulled the trigger. I'm Massey. I'll explain.
More harrowing accounts of survival from the collapsed Florida condo building. I'm ABC's Faith Abube in Miami Beach with details coming up.
And a look outside with live cam, 75 degrees. And remember to take your umbrellas because there might be more showers. Justin has more of that.
And good morning. It is Wednesday, June 30th.
Thanks for joining us this morning. And it's sort of icky still outside.
A little bit. Yesterday, it was some rain, hit and miss. Today, it looks like a repeat of yesterday and the day before. And was it the day before that, too? I don't remember. We're in a pattern.
Well, I never thought I'd be saying that. We're in a rainy pattern in late June, early July. It's a little odd, but the rain was plentiful yesterday. A lot of people got rain, and we'll have another chance today. Right now, we're at 76 degrees, cloudy skies. The radar is quieter this morning than it was yesterday, so we should see less in the way of slick roads and things like that. But grab the umbrella still, because rain chances will be in the forecast this afternoon. A window there where we have about a 40% chance, I think, during the afternoon, during peak heating. Temperatures get up to around 90. It'll feel a little bit warmer than that because the air is thick. There is still quite a bit of humidity out there. Let's look at the radar, and you'll notice, yes, it is more quiet than yesterday. We do have some showers and storms out in Mexico, and then a little bit of activity down to the south and east of San Antonio. But most of this is, again, pretty light. Forecast for today takes us up to close to 90. Again, about a 40% chance of rain during the afternoon hours. More rain chances, not necessarily the next couple days, but by the weekend and next week. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. But let's get over to Steven with a look at the roadways this morning. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning, Justin. Well, we got some really good news if you're heading out the door in the next few moments. Well, the roads are looking pretty clear right now. Slow start to the day, but let's go ahead and take a look and see what's happening right over here. We do have some construction that is going on off I-10 East at Loop 1604. We do have some flashing lights out there, and that's because they are wrapping up, which is a good news for anybody in that area. But taking a look here on the maps, we see that construction is right at I-10 eastbound at Loop 1604. Now, this closure is going to be going on from 9 in the evening to 5 in the morning. And as you just saw, those not a few lights out there or crews out there now because they are wrapping up. So things should be get going pretty soon. But we can see that traffic right now is slowed down a little bit, but nothing too major right now. 45 miles per hour. I do expect that it should pick up within the next half hour or so. But taking a look around our outlying areas, things look pretty good. And even in the city, things look really green right now, which is what we like to see. Let's go ahead and take a look at our inbound times. We have coming in from I-10 from Bernie, we have 24 minutes to the downtown San Antonio area, 25 minutes coming in from Bulverde, and 25 minutes coming in from 35. So again, things are looking pretty green right now. We are watching the roads closely, but good time to head out the door, grab that cup of coffee, and get the day going.
Thanks, Steven. New this morning, police working to try to figure out what exactly happened in 2 separate shootings overnight, and they're trying to figure out who's responsible.
Max Massey joins us live from downtown. Max, what do you know so far about these situations?
Well, right now, I should start with saying there is no evidence that these shootings are linked, but they did only happen about an hour apart. The first happening just after 11 last night in the 400 block of General McMullen. Let's take a look. This was the scene that investigators arrived to just after 11 p.m. A sergeant on the scene telling us there was a fight between two men on bicycles. Investigators say it may have actually been a robbery. That's when one of the men started running up the road. He was shot in the back right in front of Poncho Snacks and More. We're told the suspect on the bicycle took off after the gunfire and he ran away westbound on San Fernando towards San Eduardo. Investigators still searching for the suspect. As for the victim, the man who was shot, found, put in an ambulance and taken to University Hospital in critical condition. And then just about an hour later, there was a very separate shooting involving a Lyft driver. So take a look. This was the scene just after midnight. This was around 800 block of Northeast Loop 410 on the north side. Investigators telling us a Lyft driver just picked up a customer down the street in an apartment. That's when they were driving off. Two bullets hit the back bumper of the vehicle, and then another one hit the passenger side tire. The driver pulled over at the Valero at 410 and Broadway, called police. Luckily, guys, no one was hit by any of the bullets, but they are still investigating. Investigators working to figure out what exactly happened and who exactly pulled the trigger. Coming up at 5:30, we're going to tell you about two separate robberies at two separate local restaurants and how you can help out Crime Stoppers. David, Tiffany?
Thank you, Max. This morning, more bad news from the condo collapse in Southside Florida. Crews pulled another body from the rubble, bringing the death toll to 12.
President Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden are expected to visit with first responders and victims' families in Surfside this week. ABC's Faith Abube has more.
This morning, 3 million pounds of concrete moved from the site of the Surfside building collapse, but countless millions more to dig through.
Nobody's giving up hope here. Nobody's stopping. The work goes on, full force.
More than 200 crews at a time searching for victims, finding gut-wrenching images along the way.
You find strollers and baby bottles, stuffed toys, it just brings a sense of reality to the moment.
As victims' families wait in anguish for updates, ABC News confirming this letter was sent to residents just this April, warning that damage to the collapsed building's basement garage had gotten, quote, significantly worse since a 2018 inspection. The Condo Association now facing lawsuits alleging it should have acted sooner and with more urgency.
There were clear, not just warning signs, but alarm bells ringing for years about the state of this condo, and the appropriate steps weren't taken to protect human life.
Meantime, more horrifying accounts from residents who ran for their lives the night of the collapse. Sharon Schechter on CNN.
I thought I was dreaming. I thought I was in a nightmare. I looked straight ahead to an apartment. I knew the couple well, and I see a door open, and I don't see an apartment.
I start going down fast, and I feel crack, crack, crack. The life to death. 3 seconds.
And the Condo Association says it cannot comment on pending litigation. In the meantime, prosecutors say they plan to ask a grand jury to investigate the collapse. In Miami Beach, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Back here at home, UTSA researchers are taking a look at ways to make buildings safer and stronger, even those that are in need of repair. UTSA engineering professor Adolfo Matamoros says the investigation in Florida in that collapse will yield more answers on what changes need to take place nationwide. Generally, state, federal, and local laws only apply to buildings that are being built, but then it's up to the building owners to ensure the building is safe in the lifespan of the building.
Codes are built so that an event like the one that happened in Florida has a very, very small probability of happening.
UTSA has a large-scale testing lab that allows researchers to test building strength for earthquakes, hurricanes, and blasts. You can read more about this on KSAT.com.
Time now, 5:09, 75 degrees outside.
Still ahead, Amazon's latest Alexa trick is helping kids read.
And a look outside with live cam, 75 degrees. More rain could be headed your way. Justin tracking it all for you.
And welcome back. It is 5:12. A Lubbock man still recovering here in San Antonio at a hospital after his right leg was severed by an alleged intoxicated driver.
42-year-old Jose Martinez was visiting family on Grace Barrett Drive when this man, 27-year-old Jorge Reyes, crashed his car into the back of Martinez's vehicle while he was unloading things out of the trunk. The collision crushed Martinez's between the two cars. After failing a sobriety test, Reyes was arrested for intoxication assault. Martinez's niece now hoping her uncle's story serves as a reminder to others.
Don't drive. If you know you're on drugs or drinking, it can change other people's lives. You know, it's like him, he's in prison, but he's like doing fine. My uncle's life changed. You know, we don't know how he's going to react whenever he wakes up and, you know, everything that happened to him.
At last check, Martinez is still in the ICU, but is expected to wake up soon from his surgeries. As for Reyes, he's in the Bexar County Jail on a $25,000 bond.
It is now 5:13, and we're hanging in there at 75 degrees.
Still ahead, LinkedIn is talking about a data breach that's affected 700 million users.
And also coming up next, Boston Dynamics Spot Robot challenges BTS to a boy band dance-off.
Your mission, stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq. Rinvoq, a once-daily pill, can dramatically improve symptoms. Rinvoq helps tame pain, stiffness, swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even significantly reduce RA fatigue. That's Rinvoq relief. With RA, your overactive immune system attacks your joints. Rinvoq regulates it to help stop the attack.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious infections and blood clots, sometimes fatal, have occurred, as have certain cancers, including lymphoma, and tears in the stomach or intestines, and changes in lab results. Your doctor should monitor your blood work. Tell your doctor about any infections, and if you are or may become pregnant while taking Rinvoq.
Take on RA. Talk to your rheumatologist about Rinvoq relief. Rinvoq, make it your mission. If you can't afford your medicine, AbbVie may be able to help.
In today's Tech Bites, the new security concerns at LinkedIn. Reports say a hacker is selling information from 700 million users of the business connection site. That information includes phone numbers and email addresses. LinkedIn insists the data was not breached, saying the information taken from the site was publicly available. Alexa can now help your kids learn how to read. Amazon's new feature, Reading Sidekick, will take turns with your child reading a book. An Amazon Kids Plus subscription is required. Alexa will even offer encouraging words like amazing job. Finally, boy band BTS gets down with one of the robots from Boston Dynamics in a new video that's getting millions of views. It was created to mark the completion of Hyundai's acquisition of the Massachusetts-based company. The deal was worth over $1 billion. It was dynamite. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Oh.
Your favorite, BTS.
Oh, yeah. What's that song?
Something dynamite. I don't know. Are they? Listen. I mean, we show a lot of BTS here on GMSA, so I'm still getting into that movement. But work on my dance moves. Maybe I can be as good as them. But right now, traffic is looking good, which is a good sign. Let's go ahead and take a look here at TransGuide and show you how things are looking here. This construction that's been going off I-10 East at Loop 1604. As we mentioned to you a little bit earlier, we did have some crews that were working out there overnight, and that construction has since wrapped up. We have probably about maybe one crew member left out there, but take a look right now at the map. This is happening off I-10 eastbound off Loop 1604. That closure from 9 in the evening to 5 in the morning. Traffic has gradually improved, which is a good sign. Things are getting going. So relatively slow start to the day, which is a good sign if you're heading out the door in the next few moments. Grab that cup of coffee on your way to work or where you need to be. So things are looking good so far, but some upcoming construction that should be wrapping up this weekend. We have over here off Loop 410 West. They're doing some bridge work on the northbound frontage road between Meadow Breeze Drive and State Highway 151. That's going to be going on from 8 in the evening to 5 in the morning. So again, that should be wrapping up here within the next few days. So some other good news there, but let's go ahead and take a look here at TransGuide and show you how things are shaping up. Looks pretty busy off US 90 at 36, 281 at Bitters. Slow start to the morning, but people are getting out on the roads, and we will be watching them closely.
Thanks, Stephen. And we've had a lot of rain this month, But you're looking into something.
Looking up the BTS before bed.
Doing some morning research.
I was.
Listen, if anybody knows how to dance like a robot, it's David. So there you go. You'd be on the robot side.
Hold on. Is that a good thing or
it's
a bad
compliment? Trust me.
Okay.
2.43 inches for the month as far as rainfall goes. It's been a pretty good month of June for us. You can see the days where we had some rain, even a trace of rain on some of these days. We were technically a little bit below average, but I think the way it's spread out across the month, really not a bad thing. And we're going to get some more rain today, I think, in spots. We'll have some more chances as we get into July. So as we wrap up June, again, a pretty positive note here as far as rain goes. Outside right now, cloudy skies, 76 degrees at the airport, 77 Stinson, 75 Kelly, 75 in Randolph. You got an easterly wind here across the board, and temperatures in the mid-70s. Here in Bexar County, it gets a little cooler in the hill country, but not much. Low 70s there. And 70s across the board, pretty typical for this time of year. As we get into the afternoon, there will be some heat. I think we get up to about 90. That's a little bit below average, but there's enough humidity out there to create a heat index into the mid-90s, maybe even close to 100 around Gonzales. So yeah, while it may be somewhat cloudy, keep in mind it's still going to be humid and muggy, and that can push those heat index values up close to 100. Satellite picture shows some clouds trying to work through. As far as rain goes, you got to go out into Mexico before you find any steady rain. And there's some pretty decent thunderstorms out there west of Del Rio. Some showers out in the Gulf of Mexico, too. I think as we get into the afternoon, there's still enough instability there where we'll get some showers and storms to develop. Our low, though, which has been helping us out, is starting to transition off to the west. And so next couple days, I think, will be drier. Here's what the forecast looks like today, showing scattering of storms around 4 o'clock. These downpours will be quick moving and will track off to the north and west. By 10 o'clock, most of that activity dies down. And by Thursday, less in the way of showers and downpours, maybe a couple here or there. But we're going to put in a 10% chance of rain coming up tomorrow. And that's thanks to our high pressure. It will start to build in Thursday and Friday, but it doesn't stick around. Typically it would during the summer, but it does not in this pattern. It moves off to the west, and this opens up the door again this weekend for more showers and storms. We'll get another chance here Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon. Here's the takeaway from this. It'll just be scattered afternoon stuff. You don't have to cancel your plans this weekend. I know we got a lot going on. A lot of people in town visiting. Just have an umbrella, have the radar with you, check it often. It will be kind of like what we've seen last couple of days with these scattered afternoon showers, maybe a couple thunderstorms. 91 Saturday, 90 on Sunday. Hopefully we can get 4th of July activities going without a hitch. But stay tuned. We'll keep you posted on the rain chances and timing. But again, it does look like it's just the afternoon stuff. 10% chance Thursday and Friday. 40% chance Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. This unsettled pattern goes past the weekend and continues much of next week, it looks like.
You got 40s almost across the board, like from Saturday on.
It has been an unusual year, to say the least. And still, I'll point out, no triple digits on the 7-day forecast.
Ooh, and it's June 30th. This was the average day, right?
That is the average first day, yes.
Of 100 degrees?
That's correct.
But sometimes it feels like more than 100 degrees.
It does feel that way, that's true. Yeah.
It is now 5:23 and it's only 75 degrees.
Up next in your morning spotlight, a first look at the prequel to the popular series The Sopranos. Plus, Good Omens gets a second season.
Welcome back. It's 5:26. A TV series that won tons of awards and changed television forever is the inspiration for a new movie.
CNN's David Daniel has your first look in today's Hollywood Minute.
I wonder if I can talk to you alone for a moment, Mrs. Soprano. On the basis of the Sanford Binet, he's high IQ.
You can't prove it by me. He's got a D+ average.
Well, he doesn't apply himself, but he is smart. The results tell us he's a leader.
The first trailer is out for The Many Saints of Newark, a prequel movie to the iconic TV series The Sopranos. Young Tony Soprano is played by Michael Gandolfini, the son of the late James Gandolfini, who won 3 Emmys for playing the character on TV. The film debuts October 1st.
We're doomed.
1st. 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 1st.
Welcome to the end times.
They averted the apocalypse. Now Aziraphale the angel and Crowley the demon are ready for more good omens. Amazon has renewed the series for a second season, with stars Michael Sheen and David Tennant set to return. The first season was based on the 1990 novel by Neil Gaiman and the late Terry Pratchett. Gaiman says season 2 will be based on their ideas at the time for a second novel. Seems the end wasn't nigh after all. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
It is 5:27 and 75 degrees.
Still ahead on GMSA, we're hearing more stories from some of the survivors of the Florida condo collapse.
And Starbucks is testing out a new way to bring more awareness to its off-menu drinks using social media. We'll tell you how all that works coming up.
Plus, have some extra room at your house for a new pet? We have the perfect one coming up from the Animal Defense League.
If this wall could talk, it would tell a whole lot of stories. Those are 33 men from our community. I'm Katrina Weber. I'll have more on that.
Making headlines this morning, we're hearing more stories from those who survived the deadly condo collapse in Surfside, Florida.
2 separate robberies at 2 different local restaurants across the Alamo City. And this morning, Crime Stoppers asking for your help. I'm Massey. I'll explain throughout the morning.
And a look outside with live cam, 75 degrees. No showers right now, but showers could be heading your way.
And good morning. It is Wednesday and it is June 30th. And this is kind of a significant day because we have not hit 100 degrees yet. And I believe, Justin will explain this in a minute, that this is the average day that we hit 100 degrees. Am I right?
Right.
It's true. Those are facts. And as we get into July, we're not seeing any triple digits in the forecast either. Could we make it through the summer without 100-degree temperature? I don't want to jinx things. You know, we still got to get through August and September too. But so far, summer has been pretty good to us. More scattered downpours today. We're not seeing much this morning, but they'll pick up that activity this afternoon. Thursday and Friday will be drier and hotter. And then this weekend, we'll get some scattered rains back in the forecast. And that will keep temperatures probably in the low 90s yet again. Radar doesn't give us much this morning. We're noticing a few showers out around Eagle Pass. So there could be a quick moving shower in your neck of the woods and then a couple showers around Victoria, but not seeing much here in town. That's not to say we couldn't see a little bit of drizzle in spots, but just fairly quiet at the moment. Molds, 650 moderate, pigweed is low. We'll see if molds come down a little bit more today. Forecast calls for about a 20% chance of rain through 10 o'clock, 30% chance noontime, then up to 40% chance this afternoon. We should top out near 90 degrees. Roads are dry. I think that's helping things out on the roadways this morning, but let's check with the expert, Stephen. How are things looking right now?
Yeah, you know, dry is a good sign. When people get out on the roadways, you want to make sure that it's a good condition for them to be outside. And right now looks like a good time to head out. But we do have a situation that happened here off 281 right at St. Mary's. Now, there was a very minor crash that was reported out there earlier this morning. You can see we still have at least one first responder out there, but overall looks like things have cleared. However, things aren't looking too good over here off I-10 westbound and Loop 1604 over on the city's northwest side. Now, what's going on there? It was a crash that was reported. 3 lanes and a left-hand shoulder are currently blocked at this time. Still early enough to where we're not seeing it impact traffic at this time. But of course, we'll be watching that one pretty closely and seeing how that may impact that morning commute. Let's go ahead and bring it to our inbound times. Now, as we said, it's been an overall quiet morning. Those dry roads definitely do help, Justin. Let's go ahead and take a look at these inbound times. Coming in from Seguin, things look green. I-10, 29 minutes to the downtown San Antonio area. We're looking at 23 minutes coming in from 87 from Lavernia, and 28 minutes coming in from Floresville. So again, a good sign that you can head out the door this morning and not expect too many issues. Of course, we are watching the roads very closely this morning. Still have this first responder out at 281 at St. Mary Street. Looks like they should be wrapping up soon, but be sure to give them plenty of room so that way you and they can get to their destination safely. David, Tiffany.
Thanks, Stephen. New this morning, police asking for your help catching suspects in 2 separate robberies at 2 different local restaurants.
Max Massey joins us live in downtown. Max, what should people know about these robberies?
Well, first and foremost, people should know that investigators say there's no evidence that these robberies are linked because in both cases, the suspects were caught on camera. So take a look. This was the first situation, the suspect in the first robbery that happened back on June 20th. This actually happened at the Wingstop, the 2100 block of 281 North. We're told the man on your screen entered the Wingstop, walked up to the clerk. The suspect demanded cash from the register and then took off with the money. Next up, we have another robbery. So we're going to give you a second, take a look at your screen. This is the second suspect. This person actually investigated in a robbery at Henry's Mexican restaurant. So here's what we know right now. Back on Saturday, June 26th at 12:30 in the afternoon, a 56-year-old man was eating lunch at Henry's Mexican restaurant. This is the 7800 block of FM 1346. That's when the victim saw a man stealing the ice chest from the back of his truck. The victim confronted the suspect. That's when the man began to kick and push the victim as he got into the passenger seat of the vehicle on your screen. The driver of that suspect's vehicle took off and in doing so actually ran over the victim's feet. Now, Crime Stoppers may offer a reward of up to $5,000 if you're able to help out with these cases and if you're able to help lead to an arrest. If you have any information, you're asked to call the number on your screen, 210-224-STOP. David, Tiffany.
Thank you, Max. The search for survivors continues in Surfside, Florida this morning. 12 people have been found dead. 149 are still unaccounted for.
But each day we're hearing more harrowing stories of survival. CNN's Britt Conway has 3 of those stories.
I thought I was in a nightmare.
For many, it was and still is after part of a condo building in Florida crashed to the ground.
It was just devastating, absolutely devastating.
I said, God help, God help.
I'm very lucky.
3 women, 3 survivors. Their homes turned to rubble, replaced with terrifying memories.
A big boom, and I was running to see where the sound come from.
I thought a thunderstorm was coming that night.
Sounds, strange. And I ran to my living room.
It was around 1:30 in the morning when it happened.
Something inside of me said, run, because this building will collapse.
I hear noise outside in my hallway and I see a family and they said, come with me now, the building is collapsing. And I also look straight ahead to an apartment. I knew the couple well and I see a door open and I don't see an apartment.
I saw all the garage collapse. And I told my kids, run as fast as you can.
3 seconds separate the life to death. 3 seconds.
It's painful and scary because I see what really happened.
And as soon as you saw someone you knew, you just hugged and said you survived.
But the likelihood of finding more survivors diminishes by the minute. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Overseas, North Korea's Kim Jong-un has fired several high-ranking officials after a, quote, grave incident related to COVID-19. It's not clear exactly what they did, but according to state media, the North Korean leader says officials neglected their pandemic duties, creating a crisis for the country. North Korea claims to have tested more than 30,000 people and found no positive cases since the start of the pandemic. But experts are skeptical as the country shares borders with China and South Korea, where the virus has been widely spread. Last January, North Korea was one of the first countries to close its borders over COVID-19 fears.
Southwest Airlines is offering to pay flight attendants double time to pick up shifts over the 4th of July weekend. Technical problems and bad weather have disrupted Southwest operations in the last few weeks. Now it's facing possible staffing shortages for the holiday weekend. Southwest made the offer to flight attendants in an internal memo from the airline's head of daily operations. They are hoping attendants will pick up additional shifts between July 1st and July 8th. A spokesman said Southwest will also offer double time pay to ground operations agents and cargo agents who pick up extra shifts for the first week of July.
It is now 5:38. We're in the mid-70s, 75 degrees.
So ahead, we'll tell you about a new way you can order some of your favorite drinks at Starbucks.
And also coming up next, why some doctors are now recommending even more heart screenings for kids.
And a look outside with live cam, 75 degrees. Remember to take your umbrellas just in case. Justin has your forecast.
Welcome back. 19 minutes away from 6 o'clock. It is 5:41. Now a major change for children getting routine health care.
A well-known pediatric health association is now calling for all children, not just athletes, to be screened for heart issues in an effort to find cardiac issues before they turn deadly. Ursula Perry has more.
Screenings for cardiac conditions in children have mostly been directed at athletes.
Cardiac arrest in children is a rare event, fortunately, but it is not a zero incidence at all.
In a statement published in the medical journal Pediatrics, the American Academy of Pediatrics is now calling for all children to be screened for conditions that could lead to cardiac arrest or death.
We are saying that no subpopulation of kids should be selected out from screening because all children could have a potential risk.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
The pediatricians say those screenings should be part of a child's regular exam and call for doctors to delve into personal and family medical history and ask questions like, has the child ever had exercise-related chest pain or shortness of breath?
If we identify one of these conditions, particularly before they have any kind of a sudden cardiac event, treatment can be initiated or at least that they can be monitored.
The statement also lists common conditions for primary care physicians to be aware of that could put young patients at risk, saying these screenings could save a life.
Once again, that was Ursula Perry reporting. The Association of Pediatricians also says it's crucial for doctors to advocate for emergency action plans as well as CPR training.
The group says this is necessary because no single screening strategy will detect all conditions associated with sudden cardiac arrest.
It is now 5:43 and 75 degrees.
Up next, need a new member of the family? We have a pet that's needing adopting. Next.
If you want to look into a pair of soft brown eyes, I'm about to get licked in the face right now, but what a little sweetie. Michelle's here from the Animal Defense League, and who is this girl?
Oh, this is Miss Elva. So Elva has been with us for about a month at the Animal Defense League. She is a 3-year-old lab terrier mix, and she, I think, is kind of a forever puppy. She has a lot of energy.
But then she just sits right still and loves to be petted, and I bet she would end up on the couch and on your bed in the morning and everything else.
Yes, she's such a good girl.
And if you want to go walking, yes, I'll go back to rubbing the cheeks. Yes, indeed.
She's like, pay attention to me.
Walking partner, running partner, somebody to keep you active, she's the girl for it.
She is the one. We had her in our play yard, and she had zoomies for a straight 5 minutes and then went straight into playing fetch. And she loves to give hugs. Yes, we're so excited.
Okay, what you got going on?
So at the Animal Defense League, we always encourage everyone to check our social media pages. We are always having new adoption specials, but we have opened up on a walk-in basis. We encourage everyone to visit both of our facilities, our Nacogdoches campus and our Paul Jollius Adoption Center, which is located downtown across from the zoo.
Oh, yes, you got plenty of puppies and kittens out there, and you're one of them.
We have so many, still blowing up with kittens. It's nearing the end of kitten season, but it seems to never be ending as well.
Indeed, and you know, she's big enough to just be big enough, but not too often.
Yes, she's perfect.
Ready to go?
She's perfect.
Where's the squirrel? Get
Where is it?
Animal Defense League, 11,300 Nacogdoches, or as she mentioned, the Paul Jolly Center across from the zoo. 655-1481 is the, rub,
we got
rub
the
tummy,
baby
rub tummy.
Yes.
We're happy now.
In your morning consumer headlines, Microsoft Office is getting a big makeover. Microsoft announced the next version of Office for Windows will do away with bold toolbar colors. They will be replaced with a neutral gray color. The company says the move will give the Office app a cleaner look that fits better with the Windows operating system. The makeover includes rounder corners and a design that's more in sync with the look of Windows 11. Users will have the ability to customize their Office look, including the option to keep the colored toolbar. The new look will be available to users running Windows 10 or Windows 11.
Starbucks testing a new way to hype its off-menu drinks using social media. The company has started a limited test that lets customers order 2 custom beverages through Facebook or Instagram. Customers who see the images on the social media platforms can swipe to access a special Starbucks webpage. From there, they can place their order for either an iced matcha latte with chai or the pink drink remixed. The test is a way to try to streamline the ordering process when a specific customized drink becomes popular. No details on how long the drinks will be available.
And time now, 5:48, so traffic is definitely picking up at this time, right, Stephen?
Yes, and I do have to say the problem with that is that there is not a lot of coffee places open when we get into the station this early in the morning, so we got to have our cup of coffee ready to go. So, we are taking a look on our roads, and it's a good time for you to get out on the roads to get to that cup of coffee. Take a look over here at Loop 410 at FM 78. Traffic moving pretty smoothly so far, and it's a pretty slow start for us, but good start for you if you're out on the roadways right now. But let's take a look at this crash. It's still being reported out here off I-10 westbound at Loop 1604. Now, our system still shows that it is there, and TxDOT's website also shows that crash was reported a little bit earlier this morning, but 3 lanes and the left-hand shoulder are currently blocked because of that crash that's being out there. So first responders are on the scene. We are working with our friends at TransSky to see if we can get a view of what that crash looks like right now, but definitely use caution if you are in that area. Now, we want to jump to a slowdown. Some residual traffic that we're still seeing here off I-10 eastbound at Loop 1604. We talked about it a little bit earlier this morning here on GMSA, where there was some construction that happened overnight. Looks like that has since wrapped up, but we're seeing just a little bit of residual traffic there. Nothing too major right now. And that seems to be the case for overall. I mean, the outlying areas and here in San Antonio, not a whole lot going on. Take a look here at 1604 at Wiseman, 281 at Massey. Things are moving nice and smoothly. Again, good time for you guys to get that cup of coffee before you need to head to where you need to go.
All right. Thanks, Stephen. You're still in shock about how expensive these coffees are.
Yeah, it's not exactly.
I ain't spending money on that.
I know. He's already admitted he's cheap, so forget that deal.
Too expensive.
I was confused on all the ways you got to go about getting it. I mean, I can't even get to the coffee, much less afford it and drink it.
Instagram, David didn't say it. Anyway, let's talk about the big time heat that we got going on across the Pacific Northwest in Canada. This is going to blow your mind. Yesterday, Lytton, British Columbia, which had set the record 3 days in a row, got up to 121. This is the all-time record high for Canada. These numbers far surpassed any records. We're not going to see something like this for a long, long time. Just incredible. I think it beat the old record, something about 10 degrees. It was also 121 yesterday in Death Valley. That's all fine and good. We would expect that, but not in Canada. Those records will be in place for many, many years. The cold spot this morning, Albany, Wyoming, got down to 28. So it shows you the temperature extremes, not here in the country, but across North America. 93-degree temperature difference from low to high. What an unusual pattern we are in. It's in the hundreds up in Canada. We're sitting in the 80s with rain. You just don't see that. Yesterday, rainfall, we got up to about half an inch at the airport, 33/100ths of an inch in Burnie, Kerrville, about 4/10ths of an inch, New Braunfels, 1/4 of an inch, Gonzales, 1/4 of an inch. It was widespread. We shared the wealth yesterday when it comes to the rainfall, and we like to see that. Right now, rainfall staying out of the picture. 76 at the airport, 77 Stinson, 75 Kelly, and 75 in Randolph. You got a light easterly wind and temperatures in the 70s for most of us. It's a muggy 76 here in San Antonio, muggy everywhere. The forecast heat index today does take us up to about 95. The air temperature, I think, will be around 90, but there's enough humidity out there, obviously, that it will feel warmer than that. Here's the satellite radar, and you'll notice that most of the rain is now in Mexico. We've got a departing area of low pressure that is taking some of the rainfall with it. Still, I think by the afternoon, there's enough instability to get some activity going. There's our low. You can see it very nicely on water vapor. Here's our forecast showing scattered storms by 4 o'clock, scattered downpours, just like we've seen the last couple days. And then by the time the sun goes down, most of that goes away. And tomorrow, this is 5 o'clock tomorrow, much less in the way of rain. Can't rule out a shower or two, but the rain chances are much, much lower. Futurecast, the reason for that, we've got high pressure and control tomorrow and Friday. So that keeps rain out of the picture. But as we get into Saturday and Sunday, high moves west again. And here we go. More disturbances rolling in. That means more rain chances. And that does include the 4th of July weekend. We've got a 40% chance of rain both days. Scattered afternoon activity, temperatures in the low 90s. It will not rain all weekend, but those rain chances are there. 94 Friday, probably our hottest day, and then with the added cloud cover and chances for rain, you'll see those temperatures come down some. And by the way, the rain chances continue into next week, guys.
That's a fun pattern to be in.
It's a weird one. I mean,
okay, weird then.
I've never seen anything like it.
Fun, weird?
Yeah. We'll take it, though.
Just leave your umbrella in your car, just in case.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good idea. All right, check out your lottery numbers. Here we go. Pick 3, 6, 9, 6. Fireball is 3, and daily 4 is 5, 8, 1, 2. Fireball is 8.
And your cash 5, 4, 14, 20, 26, and 33. Your Mega Millions 7, 38, 50, 52, 69, 21. Megaplier 3.
Welcome back to 556. Have you seen those swarms of insects following this week's rain? Some residents in northeast Bexar County and Guadalupe County reported seeing these flying around in their neighborhood. They're calling them desert termites. So we spoke to an entomologist about the creatures. We've got all the details for you on our website, KSAT.com. And we've got a lot more heading your way in our next hour of GMSA, including Wimbledon shocker. And as the sports world buzzing this morning, Serena Williams is out following a heart-wrenching injury. Now she is speaking out. And some local animals are getting a second chance to find a forever home. We'll head to the airport as they get ready for their special flight. And after the break as well, San Antonio police are investigating 2 overnight shootings. What we now know about those cases. Max Massey has that for us coming up. And then, of course, Steve Cavazos is standing by with an update on your traffic. Justin Horn's got your weather. Got it all covered for you with more news coming up in the next hour of GMSA. We'll be right back.
2 separate shootings across the Alamo City overnight ends with 1 man in critical condition, and now police searching for who's responsible. I'm Max Massey. I'll explain.
Is Becky Hammond staying with the Silver and Black after she was passed over for Portland's head coaching gig? We'll tell you why she wasn't picked for that job.
And a look outside with live cam, 75 degrees. No showers right now, but that could soon change.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning. It is Wednesday. It is June 30th.
Thanks for starting your morning with us. And all eyes are going to be on the weather this week because of 4th of July weekend. So a lot of people are making plans.
And I would say it's not going to be a washout, but we will have some rain around, which is not necessarily a bad thing. We just need it to time out correctly, right? So the chances will be there, about a 40% chance both Saturday and Sunday. Right now, there's not a lot on the radar. We had a busy morning yesterday with showers and downpours. Not there today. Just seeing a couple blips on the radar out near Lavaca County, and then some showers right along the border. Eagle Pass, seeing a couple showers, then out in Mexico. But your morning commute should be dry for the most part. Here's what to expect today. More scattered downpours, and then Thursday and Friday will be drier and hotter. We're not looking for a whole lot those days. And then this weekend, scattered rain returns. More downpours in the forecast. And looking at the forecast for today, 20% chance, let's say through the morning time, then 30% noontime, 40% by 3 o'clock. Easterly winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Grab the umbrella just in case you get caught underneath one of those downpours, which, by the way, did produce some good rainfall numbers yesterday. Lots to talk about. We still have that big-time heat up in the northwest. Tropics are heating up, and we'll take another look at that weekend forecast here in just a bit. But let's get over to Stephen now with a look at your traffic authority.
Yep, and you know, Justin, you did say right, the roads are pretty dry at this moment. We still have this incident at 281 at St. Mary's, but overall, the view from TransGuide shows that things are shaping up pretty nicely here from, again, the view at TransGuide. But we do have a situations that are off camera that are happening right now that you need to be aware of. The first, as we talked about earlier, is still this crash that's being reported off I-10 westbound right at Loop 1604. 3 lanes in the left-hand shoulder are blocked there, but we have more crashes that are now popping up on the TxDOT website and in our system. Take a look right over here. Loop 1604 eastbound at Nacogdoches Road. Now, this crash came in a little bit earlier, but take a look at this traffic here in these eastbound lanes of 1604. Starting to build up a little bit. That could lead to some delays as we start seeing more people out on the roadways. And let's jump over to another crash that happened right over here off New Laredo Highway at Master Street. This one causing a little bit of congestion there. You see a little bit of yellow as more people are getting again out on the roadways. We're starting to see more of these crashes pop up, and we'll be watching them closely, but be sure to give those first responders plenty of room. Let's go ahead and jump to our inbound times right now, though things are still looking pretty good. Take a look here from 35 coming in from Lytle. We have 17 minutes, and if you're coming in from Castroville on Highway 90 to the downtown San Antonio area, we have 19 minutes. 24 minutes from I-10 coming in from Bernie. But again, we are watching things closely. Looks like it's getting off to a little bit more busier start than what we initially anticipated, but we'll be watching the roads closely here in the traffic lab. Guys?
Thank you, Stephen. New this morning, police are working to figure out what exactly happened in 2 separate shootings overnight and who's responsible.
Massey joins us live in downtown with the latest on these shootings.
There's no evidence that these shootings are related, but they did only happen about an hour apart. The first happening on the east side, the second on the north side. Let's start on the east side. Let's take a look at the scene. This was the 400 block of General McMullen just after 11 last night. This was the scene that the police arrived to. The sergeant out there telling us that there was a fight between 2 men on bicycles. Investigators tell us it may have actually been a robbery. That's when one of the men started running up the road. He was shot in the back. He was shot right in front of Poncho's Snacks and More. We're told the suspect on a bicycle took off after the gunfire. He was last seen going westbound on San Fernando towards San Eduardo. Investigators still searching for the suspect. As for the victim, the man who was shot, he was found, put in an ambulance, and taken to University Hospital, and at last check, in critical condition. The next shooting happened only about an hour later, this one on the north side, and we're told it involved a Lyft driver. So take a look at your screen. This was the scene that investigators arrived to. This was the 800 block of Northeast Loop 410 on the north side. Investigators tell us a Lyft driver had just picked up a customer down the street at an apartment. He was driving off, 2 bullets hitting the back bumper, 1 hitting a passenger side tire. The driver pulled over at a Valero at 410 and Broadway, called police. Now, luckily, no one involved in that shooting was hit by any of the gunfire, but police still investigating, trying to figure out what exactly happened and who is responsible. Reporting downtown, Massey, KSAT 12 News.
Today, Governor Greg Abbott and former President Donald Trump will tour an unfinished border barrier.
Jonathan Cotto is in the Rio Grande Valley with the story.
I'm located in Hidalgo County, which is actually one of several counties that's opted out of Governor Abbott's disaster declaration. In fact, all 4 counties in the valley have officially steered away from calling this a disaster.
Abbott says the disaster declaration provides more resources and strategies to combat what he says is an ongoing influx of undocumented immigrants. That declaration, initially introduced in late May, consisted of 34 counties along the border region. The latest version only includes 28. The amendment now includes the counties that want to partner with the state's efforts on border security, including arresting and detaining people for crimes related to the border crisis. Wednesday, Governor Abbott and former President Donald Trump are set to visit the Rio Grande Valley despite what officials there decided.
I think Governor Abbott will be as successful as county leaders allow him to be. All the county leaders in the RGV have checked the facts, and I think they looked within themselves and they said there is no border crisis.
In a statement, Hidalgo County Judge Richard Cortez says Governor Abbott apparently has information they don't. He adds, in speaking to local law enforcement, they have not reported levels of criminal activity that would require a disaster declaration. In Zavala County, another county that opted out of Abbott's plan, the sheriff's office is petitioning its residents to ask the county judge to declare their sector a disaster so they can be eligible to receive funds. La Unión del Pueblo Entero putting into question some of the counties like Midland deciding to opt in Abbott's plan.
I was surprised to see that county, being part of a border disaster declaration. But that, as well as the governor partnering with Trump, when Trump is directly responsible for so much of what we're seeing at the border, that people don't have a safe or fair way to enter the country.
Governor Abbott continues his effort so Texas can build its own border wall, providing $250 million in state funds as a down payment. The state has received more than $450,000 in private donations, but the total cost of the project remains unclear.
And it's exactly the unfinished areas of the wall, like you see behind me, that both Trump and Abbott will be touring tomorrow with other state officials and law enforcement later today. We'll be following that visit closely and bringing you the latest. For GMSA, I'm Jonathan Cotto.
More bad news from the condo collapse in Surfside, Florida. Crews pulled another body from the rubble, bringing the death toll to 12. Investigators have not yet determined what caused the collapse. President Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden are expected to visit with first responders and victims' families in Surfside this week. We're going to have more coverage on the condo collapse in our next half hour of GMSA.
Now to the tennis world, as many people are stunned this morning by the sudden exit of Serena Williams at Wimbledon.
The 39-year-old mom has made history in her sport and is now speaking out about her setback.
ABC's Megan Tvizian has the story.
This morning, superstar Serena Williams is out of Wimbledon after slipping on the grass, injuring her hamstring. During her first match, Williams slipping as she changed direction.
Sliding a little bit there.
Her injury forcing her to take a medical timeout before returning with a limp. Then, 34 minutes into her first set, she falls, crying out in pain.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness.
The 39-year-old champ in tears after being forced to withdraw.
That's it. She's given it everything.
Later writing on Instagram that she's heartbroken, but saying, "My love and gratitude are with the fans and the team who make being on center court so meaningful," feeling the extraordinary warmth and support of the crowd. Fellow athletes reacting. Coco Gauff saying she was also slipping and sliding on the court.
No one's really used to moving it because the season is so short, so people are bound to have slips and falls. But yeah, with Serena, it was hard for me to watch that. You know, I'm a big fan of her, even though I'm a competitor now, but she's the reason why I started to play tennis.
Roger Federer in disbelief while acknowledging the slippery conditions.
You do have to move very, very carefully out there, and if you push too hard in the wrong moments, you do go down. This is obviously terrible.
Williams' injury is a setback in her quest to reach a record-tying 24th Grand Slam title. The question now, will she be able to play at the U.S. Open later this summer?
Roger Federer's opponent also slipped on the grass and was forced to withdraw due to injury. Megan Tavrizian, ABC News, San Diego.
Meantime, back here at home, the reason why San Antonio Spurs assistant coach Becky Hammond did not get the job in Portland is due to intel the team received from the Alamo City and other sources questioning her day-to-day coaching responsibilities. That is according to Bleacher Report. Instead, the job went to former Detroit Piston and Clipper assistant coach Chauncey Billups in a 5-year contract. There are 3 vacancies left, including Orlando, that Hammond interviewed for, but Portland was believed to be her best shot this offseason.
I have a feeling she's going to have other opportunities.
She will get some down the road.
Definitely.
Maybe it'll work out where she becomes a Spurs head coach.
Never know. Time now, 6:10, 75 degrees.
A historic heat wave is making its way across the Pacific Northwest. We've got the latest coming up after the break. Ooh, it's hot up there.
And live cam outside, 75 degrees here at home, but another day of showers. Justin tracking all the developments next.
And welcome back. It is 6:14. Now to the extreme heat, which kills more people than any other kind of extreme weather. And that's proving true in the Pacific Northwest, from the farms to the big cities.
Meanwhile, the Northeast is also sweltering. At least 3 firefighters needed medical attention after a massive fire near Boston.
ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest for us.
This morning, the extreme heat gripping much of the country, now turning deadly. At least 2 deaths near Seattle are blamed on the record high temperatures. In Oregon, authorities say the heat may have claimed the life of a farm worker near Portland. The state's workplace safety agency is investigating, and Oregon's farm workers union is demanding the state take action now to prevent further heat-related deaths.
We really feel like no worker should have to choose between their health and a paycheck.
North of the border in British Columbia, about 100 deaths are being linked to the heat wave. Emergency responders in Vancouver are stretched thin, with some people waiting hours for an ambulance.
Up to 2 hours for high-level priority calls. People are waiting, over an hour on a regular basis right now, and I've heard up to 12, 15 hours for non-emergency calls.
Spokane, Washington hit 109 degrees Tuesday, the highest temperature ever recorded in that city. Residents there dealing with rolling blackouts for a second day as demand for electricity spikes.
It feels like Armageddon. It really does.
In the Northeast, it's the second heat wave this month. Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and Boston all declaring emergencies. And temperatures in New York City will approach triple digits today. Back in the Pacific Northwest, people are finding relief however they can. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Good morning. Well, we're keeping a close eye on the roads here at home. Take a look right now at the view at TransGuide. We do have a situation actually we want to show you here of I-10 at Vance Jackson. There was an abandoned vehicle or stall that was happening out here. Looks like that person did receive assistance, but the car is still there between, looks like the shoulder over there. So just give that plenty of room when you're heading in that direction. We're seeing that the morning is starting to get a little busy out on the roadways, but take a look at this crash that's still being reported out here of I-10 westbound and loop 1604. Those 3 lanes and left-hand shoulder are blocked. Now, this crash came in about an hour or so ago. It's still being reported on TxDOT, and we're still seeing it here in our system. No cameras out in the area for TransGuide, so we're not able to show you that view, but be cautious. Give those first responders, again, plenty of room to get out of the way. Let's go ahead and take a look here at another crash that's slowly going to be building some issues for drivers out on 1604 eastbound. Now, this crash right at Nacogdoches Road, you can see that orange and red means that we're starting to see that traffic build up. Congestion could be happening here in the next few minutes because, as we know, as the morning gets going, more people are going to get out on the roadways, and this tends to be a very busy area as the morning does pick up. But again, bringing it back here to TransGuide at I-10 at Vance Jackson, the morning's getting started, but we're keeping a close eye. Justin?
Stephen, thank you, sir. We are wrapping up June. Hard to believe, but we're looking back on the month now. It's been a pretty good month to us rainfall-wise. The summer so far started off pretty good. You look at the days here that we saw some rain. Now, look, we are a little bit below average for the month, but it's scattered throughout the month, and that's kind of more important. The fact that almost each week we saw at least a little bit of rain, and that helps. 2.43 for the month. That includes yesterday's 0.57. We'll see what we get today. We're just a little bit below average for the month, but doing good for the year. 17.6 since January 1st, and there are more rain chances on the way as we head into July. There's the scene outside right now. Still some clouds out there. 75 easterly winds at 7 miles per hour. And we look across the country now. Again, the incredible numbers up across Canada yesterday, 121 degrees. Texas has never even been that warm. This is a very odd pattern that we're in. And it's still 84 in Boise. Compare that to 75 in San Antonio. You just heard New York City, Washington, D.C. They're going to get the heat today. We'll be up close to 90, but nothing like those temperatures on the west and east coasts. Temperatures across the state, 60s and 70s at this hour. Lots of humidity to go around and still some showers out in West Texas where they've been dealing with flooding. Places like El Paso getting some much needed rain. Not much here on our radar. We do notice a couple of blips here and there. And our low that's been helping us generate some of this rain starting to move away. But we'll get more chances this afternoon. I think there's still enough instability there where we'll get some scattered showers and storms. And we'll fast forward now to 4 o'clock this afternoon. This computer model does show some more of those downpours moving through. By the time the sun goes down, we lose a lot of the rain. And then tomorrow, I think we'll see less in the way of rain on our radar. Just a couple of isolated showers. We drop rain chances to 10% tomorrow. That's because ridge 5 pressure, that heat high that our friends on the northwest and east coast have been seeing, builds in. But briefly, this thing moves out of the way again by this weekend, does not sit over us, and that means we open the door for more rain chances Saturday and Sunday. It'll be scattered afternoon stuff, just like we've seen this week, reappears again on Saturday and Sunday. So if you have plans this weekend, keep the radar handy. Know that there will be a little bit of rain here and there. Temperatures will be in the low 90s. It will be humid. Overnight lows in the 70s. We'll see how it times out with regards to fireworks and, again, other plans that we've got going on this weekend. Want to take you out to the tropics because we do have 2 systems here that we've got to watch. One doesn't look all that great. A little ragged. This is moving towards the islands. Probably not going to hold together. But it's the one behind that the Hurricane Center is watching pretty closely. And this is because it is headed towards the Caribbean. Hurricane Center thinks this has about a 70% chance of developing within the next 5 days. It's going to enter into warm waters there in the Caribbean. This always bears watching. We had a busy hurricane season last year. Could be that way again this year. Next name on the list, Elsa, followed by Fred and Grace. We'll keep you posted. Extended forecast, 92 tomorrow, 10% chance of rain, 10% on Friday, then a 40% chance of rain starting Saturday, and we'll keep that going all the way into next week. More unsettled weather and chances for rain, guys.
Real quick, you had an interesting tidbit about the difference of the heat in Texas and the heat way up there in the Northwest in Canada.
Yeah, there's only, I believe, 4 states in the country that have seen, in the United States, that have seen hotter temperatures than what they saw in Canada yesterday.
And Texas isn't one of them.
Texas is not one of them.
That's amazing.
Incredible.
That's amazing. All right, Justin, thanks. 621, 75 degrees.
Still ahead on GMSA, new reports say LinkedIn suffered a massive security breach. We'll have those details after the break.
Dawn Antibacterial cuts through tough grease with 50% less scrubbing. It also removes 99% of bacteria from your hands. Dawn Antibacterial. An easy way to clean your dishes, a smart way to wash your hands.
I brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein.
Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and now with 2 new flavors.
Cranky-pated, a bad mood related to a sluggish gut. Miralax is different. It works naturally with the water in your body to unblock your gut. Free your gut and your mood will follow.
You never leave the house without your loves or your big dad energy. Because when you see a leaky situation, you have Loves ready for that pro-level leak protection. Loves, parent like a pro.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Sentencing Day.
I can explain later. I did what I had to do.
Smallville actress Alison Mack set to face justice for her role in the so-called sex cult NXIVM.
Alison, any comment? Anything you want to say today?
The 38-year-old arrested in 2018, pleading guilty for her role in a racketeering conspiracy that recruited women as slaves and subjected them to sexual exploitation. Mack believed to be one of NXIVM founder Keith Raniere's confidants.
My name's Amanda.
In a twist, it would be another TV actress, Dynasty star Catherine Oxenberg, who played an important role in bringing attention to Mack and Raniere's crimes. Her daughter, India, survived life inside NXIVM. And coming up at 7 a.m., both Catherine and India Oxenberg are speaking out in an ABC News exclusive. With your GMA First Look, I'm Kaylee Hartung, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And because it was never entered.
There are new security concerns at LinkedIn this morning. Reports a hacker is selling information from 700 million users of the Business Connection site. That information includes phone numbers and email addresses. LinkedIn insists the data was not breached, saying the information taken from the site was publicly available.
Time now, 6:25, 75 degrees outside.
Still coming up on GMSA, San Antonio police and Crime Stoppers trying to solve a pair of robberies, and they need your help. You could receive a cash reward.
And one man shot in the back overnight. Now he's fighting for his life. We'll have the very latest.
And outside, taking a look at the roads with Trans Guy. Not too bad so far this morning. Stephen Cavazos coming up in just a few minutes to get you up to date on all the roads around San Antonio, what's happening on the freeways and byways.
More than 130 cats and dogs from across Texas being saved this morning. Good morning, I'm Max Massey. We're going to explain it just a bit.
More harrowing accounts of survival from the collapsed Florida condo building. I'm ABC's Faith Abube in Miami Beach with details coming up.
Crews battling a massive wildfire in Northern California as flames continue to spread.
And outside with live cam, got another chance of rain today before it calms down a few days, and then those chances come back. Justin Horn's got all those details for us. Coming up in just a second.
Welcome back. Time is 6:30 and 75 degrees outside.
Thanks for being with us again this morning on GMSA. And we're talking about possible rain showers again today, like yesterday and the day before and the day before that.
Yeah.
It's a pattern.
It's a good pattern for us. It hit right around nap time for me yesterday. It's great now.
Perfect.
Nice.
We had cloudy skies, some rain coming down, and we've got more chances today, as you guys alluded to. The radar this morning, though, not as busy as it was yesterday. If you remember, we had quite a few showers yesterday. Now we just got a few very light returns showing up on radar around Beeville. And I think most of the morning commute is going to be a dry one, just cloudy and humid. And as we get into the afternoon, you'll see the radar become more active. Temperatures right now, 75 degrees at the airport, most places in the 70s this morning. It's muggy, it's humid, and we've got mostly cloudy skies. Pollen count molds in the moderate category. If you have allergy issues, this is probably the culprit. We'll see where it lands today. We'll get that pollen count here in a couple of hours. Pigweed is low, it's at 20. Forecast, 20% chance for rain through the morning time, mostly cloudy this afternoon, about a 40% shot. Small window there where rain chances kick up, and we should top out close to 90 degrees, easterly winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Yes, things do quiet down the next couple of days, but they pick right back up this weekend. More chances for rain for the 4th of July weekend. We were also watching the Tropics very closely. We'll get you an update on all of that coming up here in just a bit. Let's go over to Steven now and see how your morning commute is shaping up.
Shaping up to be pretty busy, Justin. You know, a lot of things popping up on our radar that we are tracking right now. This stall coming in here off US 90 at 36. Take a look. Looks like a semi that's getting some assistance right there. Some cones placed. This is off the eastbound lanes of US 90. So this is coming into the downtown San Antonio area. We will get to those inbound times momentarily and show you how that could impact the commute if you are coming in. Let's go ahead and jump to a crash that we are watching slowly develop. And by that we mean with the traffic situation happening in the back. Take a look here at Loop 1604 eastbound, right at Nacogdoches. Now, we've been watching this one closely, again, been there for about an hour or so, but traffic slowing down to 7 miles per hour there, and we know that that could create more delays as more people get out on the roadways. Now, let's go ahead and jump over to another crash happening here off I-10 westbound at Loop 1604, still showing on those tech stop pages. Again, 3 lanes and a left-hand shoulder blocked, been there for almost 2 hours now. Be cautious if you're coming in from that direction. We're starting to see more of these crashes, and we're also starting to see more stalls. Take a look at this stall happening here off I-10 eastbound at Roland. Now, we are seeing some congestion there, some buildup of traffic there off of Roland. But again, we're starting to see more of those stalls and crashes coming in as the morning starts to get going here. But as far as those inbound times, as we talked about, they're still looking relatively green. Take a look here off Highway 90 coming in from Castroville, still a 19-minute commute time. Bernie from I-10, we have 24 minutes. And if you are coming in from 281, coming in from Bulverde, that is 26 minutes to the downtown San Antonio area. So again, more of these stalls coming in, and we will be watching them closely. This is a view from TransGuide. Again, this is in the eastbound lanes of Highway 90. So use caution this morning, guys, and be sure to check those vehicles.
Thank you, Stephen. Happening right now, Animal Care Services is working to send more than 130 cats and dogs to the East Coast and hopefully to their forever homes.
Max Massey joins us live from the runway of Kelly Airfield. Max, how does it look out there?
Good morning, guys. It looks great. It sounds even better. There's so much barking going on. I want to introduce you to 2 of my new friends. This is Bonnie and Stevie, 2 of the 135 cats and dogs headed to the East Coast, and the woman leading the charge, Lisa Norwood, Animal Care Services. So what is the plan for this morning?
Well, the plan this morning is to keep up the energy level. You see, we've got that. Check the list on that. A lot of activity today, a lot of collaboration and partnership today, and really it's all about getting these animals out of San Antonio, out of Texas, and into homes up north. So this is a really cool transport program that we've been able to do in collaboration with the Bissell Foundation. We've got a lot of partners here, and partnerships making the magic happen.
Now, I talked to someone from Tulsa earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got folks here from Tulsa, Oklahoma. We've got folks here from Cedar Creek here in Texas, Athens, Texas, of course, Bexar County Animal Control, Animal Care Services, lots of different moving parts here, but we're all trying to work in concert together to get dogs and cats out of San Antonio, out of this area so that they can go to homes up north. It's a really cool idea. It's a different kind of placement, but it's placement nonetheless. The thing people at home need to understand, though, is that while we've got about 130 animals, you can, of course, hear them, while we've got about 130 animals that are going to be leaving today on a jet plane, we actually still have so many more here in San Antonio, not just with animal care, but with Bexar County, with all the different rescue groups that we work with. They need help too. So maybe they don't have their ticket yet, but maybe their ticket is sitting at home watching this right now. So we'd love to get more fosters, more adopters, anything that we can do to find placement for these pets.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much. If you guys have any questions about the program today or the program going forward, we have all that info. Just head to KSAT.com. David, Tiffany, back to you guys.
Thank you, Max. New this morning, one man is fighting for his life after he was shot in the back overnight. It happened just after 11 last night in the 400 block of South General McMullen. That's on the city's west side. Police say that man was shot and possibly robbed by another man riding a bicycle who then fled the scene. The victim was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Officers have not made any arrests so far.
And a scary moment for a Lyft driver overnight after someone started shooting at his car. It happened around midnight in the 800 block of Northeast Loop 410 near Broadway. That's where SAPD says the Lyft driver had just picked up a 15-year-old girl passenger at an apartment when 2 bullets hit the vehicle's back bumper and a passenger side tire. The driver managed to pull over at a gas station and call police. No one was injured, and no one has been arrested yet. San Antonio police and Crime Stoppers asking for your help in solving a pair of robberies. The first happened back on June 20th at a wing stop off of 281 near Stone Oak. That's on the city's north side. Investigators say the person on your screen walked up to the register clerk, demanded money, and then fled the scene.
The second robbery happened on June 26 at Henry's Mexican Restaurant in the 7800 block of FM 1346 on the city's far east side. That's where investigators say a 56-year-old man was eating lunch when he saw another man stealing an ice chest from his truck. Then the suspect got into the passenger side of a white sedan and took off. The driver of that sedan running over the victim's feet in the process. If you have any information about either of these robberies, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen, 210-224-STOP. You could receive a cash reward.
And this morning, there is more bad news from the condo collapse in Surfside, Florida. Crews pulled another body from the rubble, bringing the death toll to 12.
President Biden and First Lady Dr. Joe Biden are expected to visit with first responders and victims' families in Surfside this week. ABC's Faith Abube has more.
This morning, 3 million pounds of concrete moved from the site of the Surfside building collapse, but countless millions more to dig through.
Nobody's giving up hope here. Nobody's stopping. The work goes on, full force.
More than 200 crews at a time searching for victims, finding gut-wrenching images along the way.
You find strollers and baby bottles, stuffed toys, it just brings a sense of reality to the moment.
As victims' families wait in anguish for updates, ABC News confirming this letter was sent to residents just this April, warning that damage to the collapsed building's basement garage had gotten, quote, significantly worse since a 2018 inspection. The Condo Association now facing lawsuits, alleging it should have acted sooner and with more urgency.
There were clear, not just warning signs, but alarm bells ringing for years about the state of this condo, and the appropriate steps weren't taken to protect human life.
Meantime, more horrifying accounts from residents who ran for their lives the night of the collapse. Sharon Schechter on CNN.
I thought I was dreaming. I thought I was in a nightmare. I looked straight ahead to an apartment. I knew the couple well, and I see a door open, and I don't see an apartment.
I start going down fast. And I feel crack, crack, crack. The life to death. 3 seconds.
And the Condo Association says it cannot comment on pending litigation. In the meantime, prosecutors say they plan to ask a grand jury to investigate the collapse. In Miami Beach, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Crews are fighting a fast-moving wildfire in the Klamath National Forest in Northern California. The Tennant fire has grown to about 1,700 acres, and at last check was just 5% contained. Fire crews were focused on building a line around the other 95% of the fire. People living near the fire were ordered to evacuate yesterday, and at this time, there are no reports of any injuries.
Time now, 6:39, 75 degrees outside.
If this wall could talk, it would tell a whole lot of stories. Those are 33 men from our community. I'm Katrina Weber. I'll have more on that.
Behind every mural, there is a story to tell. In the case of one located downtown, there are nearly 36 tales to share, stories of African-American men and their lives in San Antonio.
Katrina Weber tells us the story of the inspiration for that work of art in this week's edition of If These Walls Could Talk.
If a person's eyes are the windows to the soul, these faces offer a prime view of 33 different souls, weary of a lifetime of struggle.
When I was painting these faces, I could feel their pain. These men worry about themselves. They worry about their teenage boys. Are they going to be coming home?
That realization, magnified by the police murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis, inspired renowned artist Lionel Sosa to focus on black men in San Antonio.
I assumed that things weren't as tough in San Antonio as they would be other places, but that was an assumption.
The mural called Living in My Skin features men and soon-to-be men from 10 to 90 years old. Politicians, professionals, a former prisoner, all sharing one thing: being treated badly because of their skin color.
That's a reality. You know, that's the reality of black people.
Even as a business owner and school teacher, Harold Williams says he has seen the ugly side of society. He and the others spared their smiles for the pictures, but bared their souls on camera.
It was a therapy session, you know. It helped me to vent, in a sense.
This artwork at 4th and Auditorium Circle may be the only major piece about black people that's not on the east side of town. One of the things that's different about this mural is that it's interactive. You can use your phone to scan the QR codes next to each person's name and watch a video telling their story.
My attitude toward the lives of black men it's changed my life completely.
Sosa hopes his work also will be an eye-opener and mind changer for many people. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
You can also hear more of their stories in a documentary on YouTube.
For more information on how to see it, click on the link in the story on our website, ksat.com.
All right, little activity on the roadways. I don't know if it's very little or just little activity.
I would say scattered, I think is the best way to see it. Scattered activity right now on our roadways, David and Tiffany. The morning is getting going, and we're starting to see some things resolve and other things pop up. Let's go ahead and take a look here. The view from US 90 at 36. Earlier, there was a stall, as we just talked about 15 minutes or so ago, and that has since cleared. Now, this was over here in the eastbound lanes of US 90, right at 36th Street. So this is coming into the San Antonio area from Castroville, not causing any issues anymore. But we are also seeing some resolution, that is, on Loop 1604 eastbound right at Nacogdoches, where that crash was reported a little bit earlier. Looks like that has since cleared. Still seeing a slowdown here. Traffic slowing down to 27 miles per hour there in those eastbound lanes, but looks like it is picking up quite nicely. Good sign there. But we still have this crash reported here off I-10 westbound at Loop 1604. That has been there quite a while. 3 lanes and a left-hand shoulder still remained blocked. We did check TxDOT's website, and it's still being reported out there as well, and our system still has it, so be careful for that and give first responders plenty of room. But Justin, the roads are also pretty dry, which makes it easier.
Yeah, a lot quieter than it was yesterday. We had those showers and downpours coming through. We've been talking this morning about these extremes going on. We have the big time temperatures up across the Pacific Northwest and Canada, and then more heat across the East Coast today. But we want to focus on this big number here, 121 yesterday in Lytton, British Columbia. Numbers that we haven't seen since records have been kept up in Canada. This is now the official highest temperature there, blowing the other record out of the water. These numbers are huge. It has been a very dangerous situation. Good news, the heat's going to start to subside a little bit today, so they'll see some relief there. Meantime, we've been sitting in the 80s with rain. Pretty incredible to think about, and this is a beautiful representation of that from yesterday. Jenny sent this in from Lacoste. Rain coming down on some of the crops there. That's always a good sign, and we'll see some more downpours today. Here's a look at some of the totals yesterday. It was pretty widespread. Most of us got in on at least a little bit of rain. Bernie, about 33/100 of an inch. Gonzales, about 1/4 of an inch. Poteet, 3/4 of an inch, or 3/10 of an inch, I should say. Stinson, over an inch, and the airport did pick up over 1/2 an inch. There's a scene outside right now. Mostly cloudy skies. 75 at the airport, 77 Stinson, 76 Kelly, and registering 73 at Randolph. Temperatures in the 70s for most of us this morning. This is where we've been each and every morning so far this week. And the forecast highs pretty similar to the last couple of days. We'll top out close to 90. Radar is starting to show a couple of showers developing down there near Beeville and Victoria. And these will all work their way north and west. And so we'll have the potential for a little bit more rain today. The low that had been helping us bring in quite a bit of moisture and helping to generate some of that rain is starting to move away. And by tomorrow, high pressure moves in. And so that takes away some of those rain chances. Today, though, we're still going to keep a 40% shot in the forecast later today once we get some daytime heating. Then by tonight, rain dies down. Then tomorrow, not much there. This does show a couple of showers here or there, but I think the rain chances will be significantly lower thanks to our ridge 5 pressure. Sticks around for a couple of days, but then it moves again. And this means that we'll get some more rain showers by the weekend. Moves out of the way, get some disturbances moving south, and that means more scattered showers and storms both Saturday and Sunday, and even into next week. So July starts out on sort of a rainy note. Tracking the tropics, we've been mentioning this morning too. Hurricane Center watching this system out in the Atlantic. This one doesn't have much of a chance of developing, but this one does. And the computer models take this into the Caribbean, which means it bears some watching. Hurricane Center gives us about a 70% chance of development within the next 5 days. We'll keep you posted there. All important 7-day forecast, 40% chance today, 90, 92 tomorrow, less rain, 94 on Friday, only a 10% chance. But the weekend shows 40% chance of rain both days. It'll be afternoon hit or miss stuff. So if you got plans this weekend, don't necessarily cancel your plans, but be aware that the rain will be around, and that will be the case next week too, guys.
We are lucky to be in the 90s and high 80s.
We really are. It's been a good pattern so far to start summer.
All right, thanks, Justin.
Yep.
It is now 6:50 and 75 degrees.
We all know how important our morning coffee is, but did you know drinking a cup of Joe can actually have a ton of positive effects on your body? Tomorrow on GMSA, we'll tell you all about them.
And speaking of the 4th of July weekend, as we take a live look outside with City Cam, don't forget, on Saturday, 11 o'clock in the morning, we honor our military here in San Antonio with that military parade on the river. You might need your umbrella, but put that on your calendar. Something to do on Saturday at 11 o'clock. We'll be back.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA on a Wednesday morning was talking about the Delta variant and COVID. It is contagious and now accounting for more than a quarter of all new cases in the country. Some places are even urging vaccinated people now to start wearing masks indoors again. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky is going to join us to discuss and give us a reality check. That and so much more coming up right here on GMA.
Good morning, I'm Max. Massey, you might hear barking in the background. That is because we are surrounded by dozens and dozens of dogs and cats. So take a look. I want to introduce you. This is Stevie and Bonnie, just two of the pups that are headed to the East Coast. So this morning, Animal Care Services, in collaboration with rescue efforts from across the country, working to move 135 dogs and cats from around Texas to the East Coast. Take a look. They are hard at work this morning. So the plan is around 7 a.m., these pets will get on the plane, and when they land, they'll be on the East Coast. They'll be sent to shelters over there in Virginia, Pennsylvania, Maryland, and all in search of their forever home. Reporting at Kelly Field, Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
So did they get snacks in a movie? Maybe 101 Dalmatian you can watch as you fly across the country?
How cute.
I don't know.
Steven, how's the traffic looking out?
I want to say Stevie's a great name. And David was just saying, Bonnie and Clyde would have been even better. But, hey, good for them. Hopefully they find their forever homes. We do have some situations that we want you to be aware of before heading out the door. View of TransGuide at I-10 at La Cantera. Our friends over there at TransGuide finally got us a view of this crash that happened out there a little bit earlier this morning. It's been there for quite some time. Take a look right over here. I-10 westbound at Loop 1604 is where that crash is reported. 3 lanes and a left-hand shoulder are still blocked right now. But overall, the inbound times are looking pretty good so far. But we do want to bring it back to this crash. We'll be watching that closely as the morning picks up. Justin.
Thanks, Stephen. Yesterday was a good day for a lot of us, rainfall-wise. We're going to see some more chances today, about a 40% shot as we get into the afternoon. We'll top out near 90. It'll be humid. A couple days where rain chances taper off, and then they build back up over the weekend, about a 40% chance both Saturday, Sunday, and into next week, too. 4th of July weekend could be a little bit wet, but hopefully it's afternoon activity, and we can time it out around some of our plans and some of our activities that we got going on this weekend, guys.
Remember to pack your umbrellas.
That's it for now. We'll see you back here at 9 for GMSA at 9. GMA is next.